Okay, basically, there are two approaches for this data warehouse construction. I think the screen is visible to all of you. So let's see each of them. So what are those two approaches? Is top-down approach and bottom-up approach. ठीक है, तो data warehouse construction के लिए हमारे पास दो approaches हैं, top-down approach and bottom-up approach. So this is a typical picture for the top-down approach. Sorry. So what you can see here is that top to down. Okay. So top, you will see sources from where are actually collecting the data. Okay. It passes through that ETL process in that staging area, and then they have been loaded in the data warehouse. Also, the data warehouse is being connected with different data marts. We have actually organize those data in the data warehouse accordingly some data marts, right? And after that we are performing what? Data mining. Okay, this data mining you can draw an arrow from this different to that this data mining also, because the data mining actually we are conducting on the specific data that in these different subdivisions. Okay, now, by looking at this diagram, as I have said that this is a top-down approach. Okay, at the top you have those different data sources, then it passes through this ATL process, and then data march, and we are performing data mining on them at the down. Okay, so if you look at this diagram, then can you tell me which particular tier of data warehouse architecture this diagram represents? ये जो diagram है, ये ऐसे तो ये आपका देखे this is a kind of top down approach, right? Top कर रहे हो bottom में क्या कर रहे हैं? एकदम last में down में क्या कर रहे हैं हम? यही data mining process apply कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, different algorithms of data mining we are applying on that. So, but the thing is that as we have studied the different types of data warehouse, different tiers of data warehouse architecture, so in which particular type this particular top-down approach belongs?
Sir, it's a three-layer architecture of a data warehouse. It's
Right.
a one-tier architecture, sir.
Good. It's a three-tier
No,
data
sorry,
warehouse.
three-tier, yes, sir.
Very good. It's a
Three-layer architecture,
three-tier.
three-tier, yes.
Right, right. Because three tiers here, you can see that we have the staging area for the pre-processing tasks. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
and also we have imported data march here.
Data mart
So
and yes, sir.
okay, so if nothing is there, then we have basic architecture where the external sources being already coming, being directly connected to the data warehouse. No staging area is there. When we place staging area, then this becomes advanced one. But there also, if we include data mart, then this becomes the third tier data warehouse architecture. So this is the top-down approach. Now we have one, you can say, the computer scientist who had proposed this approach. By this name, by his name, sorry, this top-down approach is also known as Inmon's top-down approach, because he is the one who proposed this approach. तो ये जो टॉप डाउन अप्रोच है इसको हम कभी क्या बोलते हैं? Inmon's approach. ठीक है, तो they are both, sometimes it may be referred as Inmon's approach, or sometimes it may be referred as top down approach. Basically they are same. So one more diagram is here to understand, have a clear understanding of the top down approach. जैसे मैंने कहा ये टॉप से जो डाटा फ्लो हो रहा है, ठीक है, सोर्स सिस्टम्स, then extract data to space, then data warehouse, and from there different data marshaled, and there from there we can have some analysis on the basis of some data mining algorithms. So this is the top down approach. Now, what are the components here? From the diagram, it is very clear. First, external sources. External source from where the is collected, respective of the type of data. So this is a mixture of data. It may be structured, semi-structured, unstructured. Okay. I hope you all know what is structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data, because in the very beginning I have discussed each of them, and I also know that you have some example each of them. So can you cite an example for this structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data quickly? So structured, your table all have created some tables at least in your Oracle, DBMS or MySQL, whatever you are using. Okay, so they are structured. Okay. Then unstructured is what? Where you are not following any any particular boundary, or you can say that no proper structure is there. It may be anything like your image. Okay, image is a kind of unstructured data. And my question for today's class is that what is semi-structured data? What is semi-structured data? And you will throw an example for the same. After the lecture, you will get it, the video link, and you will give the answer through comment. Okay. Then stage area, I have already discussed this. Stage area means a kind of landing area where we have means what I can say, cleanify those data, because you see that this external sources are mixes of actually mixture of different types of data. Also, some relevant and irrelevant data are also there. So what we need, the relevant. So for that purpose, we perform some pre-processing, and that is done staging area, right? So data extracted from the external sources does not follow a particular format. So there is a need to validate that is this data to load into the data warehouse. And for this purpose, we need to use ETL tool. And what is ETL? I hope you all can recall from the last lecture. ETL is what? ETL क्या था जो हमने last class में था?
Extraction, transformation, loading.
Very good.
Extraction,
Okay.
transformation, and load. Yeah, extract the data, transfer the data, and load.
Right. Very good. So then we, after cleansing the data for the process, we place them or we load them in data warehouse. Okay. And so this data warehouse acts as a central repository, right? It actually stores the metadata, and the actual data gets stored in the data mart. So this line is, that's why I told you to go through the metadata very means you can understand that you have gone through several examples on metadata also. So here, what I'm saying is that this data warehouse actually acting as a central repository, but now we are actually dividing the data sub accordingly there, right? And from data mart, we have data marts, we have some subject specific information. By the term subject specific, I mean that suppose HR division, sales division, marketing divisions, like that. So from there, it is very easy to perform the data minings, because we know that this specific you can find this in this data merge. So if we perform analysis, or if we stick our analysis, okay, onto that particular data mart, then the accuracy will be increased. Okay, so what I hope that you don't need extra definition for that. We have discussed a lot. Data mining, what is that? We are going to discuss after data warehouse portion. And up to now, you got to know that this is what a kind of analyzing tool. So what you try to find some hidden patterns out of those big data that is being kept inside your data warehouse. So this approach means what? This top-down approach is what? A kind of mean approach where we actually deal with some three-tier data warehouse. As this is proposed by Inmon, how he defined exactly is that this data warehouse as a central repository for the complete organization and data marts are created from it house has been created. ये जो लाइन मैंने रेड में लिखा है इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्योंकि ये जो डेफिनेशन है डायरेक्टली गिवन बाय इनमॉन और ये उनके अकॉर्डिंग जो डेटा वेयरहाउस है is a kind of central repository for the complete organization. ठीक है और data marts are created from it after that is the proper definition of this top down approach. Now if we analyze the advanced top down approach then what are they that we may have from this type of approaches or this type of process for data warehouse creation. Can you cite one of them? सबसे पहला जो एडवांटेज क्या होगा data marts
By the time, uh, yes, sir. What's your question, sir?
uh, that our approach top down what are those advantages side with respect to this approach.
So by the time data is ready for the mining, I mean, in the top-down approach, what happens is we take the data and we go to the staging area where the data is already cleaned and data is also divided into subunits. And so that a person who wanted to extract the data knows from where to get the data, like for the data mining, if we need to get the data are already divided into subject-oriented
Data
data.
mart.
So extraction becomes easier. Yes, sir.
Yes, that is very good. That's the correct answer. So first advantage we can cite here is that we have some subsets of those big data warehouse, right? And those subsets are known as data mart. So you can directly perform the mining on those data marts, right? So what happens? This will increase the accuracy level. Okay, when you will do the classification process later on in your data mining, means in your research work, then you will see the difference. Okay, so data marts are created from the data warehouse provides consistent dimensional view of the data marts. So consistent dimensional view मतलब क्या है? आपने खुद ही देखा कि ये जो है data marts, actually there are the subdivisions और जितना divisions हम create करेंगे, the number of subdivision created actually implies what? We are increasing the dimensions. And when you increase the dimensions, then that will help you to analyze the data, okay, in a better, or we can say the accuracy will be increased further, right? So that's the main advantage. So creating data mart from data warehouse is also easy. So this is a good one. What is the disadvantage of this top approach? Of course, when you are creating this data merge out of the data warehouse, means आप क्या कर रहे हो? You are trying to divide the data warehouse into some subsets of out of it. So automatically this needs or this will involve some cost. Okay, that cost is in terms of time. You can say the time complexity will be increased, right? Of course, जब आप डाटा मार्ट क्रिएट कर रहे हो तो इससे आप क्या कर रहे हो एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट दे रहे हो और उसमें क्या होगा आपका टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी क्या है that will be increased. So only disadvantage you can put is cost time taken in designing and its maintenance is high. Okay, that is our top down approach. Well, now what is the bottom up approach? Today we'll discuss this bottom up approach also. So अब ये डायग्राम को अच्छे से नोटिस करो और ये डायग्राम जो मैंने अभी आपका टॉप डाउन अप्रोच के लिए बताया था, इस डायग्राम को नोटिस करो. प्लीज लुक एट द डायग्राम ऑफ दिस टॉप डाउन अप्रोच. टेक a screenshot of this. Okay, I hope you have taken it. And now you look at this approach, bottom up approach. You to take this, take a screenshot of this one too. Then try to observe that what are the difference you may see or you may observe from these two figures. ठीक है, तो ये आप दोनों आप लोग
Yes,
क्या
sir.
करोगे, ये डिफरेंस को नोटिस करके मुझे बताओ क्या दिख रहा है आप लोग.
Okay, difference top down and the bottom down approach, sir, as per the
Yes,
diagram.
and
Okay.
from the diagram only. Please means limit
Yes,
your observation to the diagrams only. So what you can notice
yes,
here?
sir.
What is the difference?
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. So uh, what is not there? No? Okay. I hope you all got today's question. Please analyze them, and you need to answer it when I'll give you the link. Okay. So two questions I have asked about one. First one is the
Yes, sir.
semi-set one, and second one
Mm.
only the differences you may observe from the diagram. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Same to you, sir.